Broadcasting live from the Vegas Video Network studios, just steps from the Las Vegas Strip, it's Talktails! And now our host, she's our very own kaleidoscope of talent. What? It's Kelly Clinton!
Oh man, it's crazy in here. Wow, what a great welcome. Welcome to Talktails on the Vegas Video Network. I am your host, Kelly Clinton-Holmes, and I am so excited about this show because I don't know if you know this, but I'm from Jersey. And today, our guest is one of the original cast members, since it opened here in Las Vegas, of the show Jersey Boys. They came from Broadway. Jeff Leibow is our guest today. Woo! Or should I say, woo-woo? I gotta, maybe I'll wait. No, it's wrong. I shouldn't do that. It's not right. Yeah, I'm from Jersey, you from Jersey, I'm from Jersey, you from Jersey. But before we meet Jeff, I want to introduce you to our Talktails Orchestra. That was Mr. Kenny Davidson. Kenny Davidson. Kenny plays at Don't Tell Mamas here in Las Vegas. He moved from New York out here, and now you're playing at Don't Tell Mamas here.
And New York is right next to New Jersey.
I know that, but for some reason, the people in New York don't really respect New Jersey. They go, what do they say, bridge and tunnel? Mm-hmm. Or they go, oh, you're from Jersey, sorry to hear it. It's too bad. You had the audacity to come over here to New York. You ain't got the class we got, you know? Anyway, Scott, our producer-director, Mr. Scott Whitney, is here tonight. Hi, Scott.
Hello, Kelly.
Are you from Jersey?
I am from Southern California.
Close enough, my friend. Have you ever been to New Jersey?
Yes. Business. Didn't
Elaborate.
Like it. It's cold, icky.
What? Did you say icky?
It was good and fun.
Fun?
I did. Oh, God.
It was fun to you? It was funny to you? What am I, a clown to you? What am I, ha-ha funny to you?
Kinda.
Is New Jersey funny to you? How the freak am I funny to you? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I really think that you are probably helping out a therapist in a big way.
I was just accused of being drug-riddled. Yes. Yes. And, you know, I don't know how they know my rheumatologist. But I'm going to say it right now in front of the people. I am addicted to anti-inflammatories. Without them, I can't do this. Or this. Woo-hoo! But, you know, I just don't think about it every day. I don't focus on it, you know. I'm from Jersey. We're strong people. It's just something in the sewage. Hey, Scott, do you know that I almost got in another great show like Jersey Boys?
Yes.
I almost got in Vegas the Show. Our guest last week, Tara, put a good word in for me, and they showed the producers my footage.
That dance you did last week?
Oh, it's funny you bring that up.
It was good.
You liked it, didn't you?
I liked it a lot.
You know, I was in the hospital the next day with a back injury.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly. Are you okay?
That's how I got hooked on the painkillers. No, I don't take any painkillers.
You've been hooked for a week?
No, I'm good. In fact, I might not have gotten in that show, but I could get on what is it, Clint? Hello? America's Got Talent. And a memory. I'm on some what is that stuff? Ginkgo biloba guga? Anyway. We saw a great show. Have you seen this show, America's Got Talent?
I saw it on the TV.
Oh.
You see that guy with the big piano strings? Was that cool?
I'm sorry.
Seems
You stuttered for a moment, and I got scared.
I stuttered. I said big piano strings.
Oh, yes. That was fantastic. It was a live show, though, that we saw. It's here. And where was it, Clint? It was at the Palazzo.
You seem surprised by that.
Well, I'm drug-riddled and everything, but not. But anyway, it was a great show. So that's what you remember most from the show is the gentleman. It was like piano strings, and they were across the whole stage up in the, huh?
They look neat. It looked fun.
And they sound beautiful. And they had the drum group, Recycled Percussion. It's so funny how my voice comes out far away from me.
You sound like an old Jewish guy from New Jersey, actually.
Oh, my goodness. But anyway, it's a great show. A friend of ours is producing the show, and we went with some friends to the show, and we expected it to be fun and nice. It was spectacular. And Recycled Percussion was my favorite.
Very good.
And they had a guy who what's wrong with me right now?
Have you seen Recycled Percussion show at the Tropicana?
No. But
I was invited on stage in that show.
To
play drums.
Do you play drums, Scott?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, you're holding out on us.
Well, I don't want to say it.
So how did you do?
Crappy. It was an audition. They make you wear a mask.
Oh, no,
and
they do?
You have to throw sticks, and I missed it.
Okay, well,
So I was kicked off.
maybe sometime maybe sometime we won't have time for you to play on the show. I'm just kidding. Anytime you'd like. Probably when I'm out of town. But listen. No, we should do that. We should do a little talent show. Are you coming over here to hurt me? Oh, my goodness. All right. Before I get hurt on the show and need more anti-inflammatories, we're going to take a short break and welcome back our very own Jersey boy, Jeff Leibow, coming right up on Talktails. We'll be right back.
Traditional media believes that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in. At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
Welcome back to Talktails. I'm your host, Kelly Clinton Holmes, originally from New Jersey. Therefore, I am so excited about our guest, who is in one of the biggest musicals on Broadway and here in Las Vegas. The show is called Jersey Boys. This is Mr. Jeff Leibow. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Kelly?
I'm great. How are you? Let's toast.
Good.
Somehow
Cheers.
our producer talked you into having a drink.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it'll help. We'll see.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll talk to you in about a half hour.
And what are you drinking? Honey?
Jack.
What? Honey
Jack
Daniels. Now, is there anything we should know? Do you have a certain reaction to alcohol?
I know I've never had this before, so we'll find out.
Okay, so we live on the edge right now, turning professional entertainers.
Something tells me that after dealing with a child for 3 years, that Honey Jack will be nothing. So I'm fine.
Yeah, Papa, your new role.
Yes.
Now let's talk about your role in Jersey Boys first. You play the part of Nick Massi, who was the bass player.
Nick Massi was the bass player. He was also the vocal arranger. So the sound of the Four Seasons that you hear, that was him.
Now he didn't write those songs, right?
No, Bob Gaudio wrote the songs. Actually, usually Bob Gaudio and Bob Carew wrote the songs, and then he arranged the vocals. And Bob Gaudio will say that he's never seen anybody arrange like Nick. Nick didn't need an instrument. He just literally just had it all happen in his head. He'd walk up to somebody and say, all right, here's what you sing, here's what you sing, here's what you sing. And then they do it, and that was the sound that came out.
So you get to play the part of the genius.
I get to play the part of the quiet genius.
Ah.
I think I have about 3 lines in Act 1. So.
But, okay, so you're the bass player. Now, of course, those of you who don't know the story of Jersey Boys, tell us what it is. It's
the story of Jersey Boys is all about the rise and fall and sort of reawakening of the Four Seasons. It started on the streets of Jersey in Belleville. These guys literally met under a street lamp in front of an ice cream shop.
So there were no instruments at first.
It was just voices. These
so
guys
they were a doo-wop.
Literally sang on the street. It was originally Tommy DeVito, who lives here in town actually.
I know.
Nick Massi, and Tommy's brother Nick DeVito. And the 3 of them met under a street lamp, and there were different groups that came along the way, but eventually they hit the Four Seasons when Bob Gaudio and Frankie Valli joined, and they became the group that everybody knows.
What was the first record that came out?
Their
Four
big
Seasons.
hit was Sherry. That was the first big hit that they had.
Ah.
But what was the first record? I'm not sure if
Yeah.
anything preceded
So that was
honestly.
their big. Well, I think probably the first hit is the most important for us to all know who they are over these years. But what a record that was, and surprising that Frankie Valli was able to survive after singing that high.
He's amazingly.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think?
I'm sure he's not a eunuch, but he sings like one. Sorry, Frankie.
Now you've met many of the members of the original group.
As a matter of fact, on the opening night here in Las Vegas back in 2008, we opened on Frankie's birthday. And so that night we met Bob, who actually we had met many times before, but we met Frankie that night. Tommy was there, Bob Crew was there. The only person that wasn't there that I would have loved to meet was Nick Massi, but that's just because he passed back in 2000.
In 2000. Now, was the project, who wrote the script?
Rick Ellis and, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
Marshall Brickman
We're
and
drinking
Rick
here.
Ellis.
We're
Fair
drinking.
enough.
You can make
I'm blaming it on the Honey Jack. Rick Ellis and Marshall Brickman wrote the script. And apparently, according to Nick's daughter, who I've met a few times, there was talk about thinking about doing this when Nick was still alive, but he never saw anything. He never saw a script. He never saw the show. He never saw a workshop or even heard them arrange it.
Such a shame.
But I'm sure he's had plenty of incredible seats to all the performances.
Absolutely.
From above.
I love that. I think I've actually seen the show in New York. I don't want to be all fancy or anything, but I saw it on Broadway with my husband. And then we saw it, I've seen it here maybe 3 times.
Only 3 times?
Only 3 times, so I kind of am.
Clint, we're going to have to work on that.
Yeah. Well, we can come back anytime you'd like. But I remember that night I was actually sitting next to Bob Gaudio, but I didn't know that it was him. But people kept turning around, and he was saying that the gentleman who was playing his part at the time was his son. But it wasn't. No. And the people were all, your son was so great. They didn't realize they were actually talking to one of the 4 seasons. So that was really exciting. Now, this is a big role. There's 4, how many people are in the cast? The band, of course, the 4 seasons.
Right. There's 4 of us, and then I think there are 16 on stage and 20 in the cast. I'm never quite sure. There are 4 people that are off stage all the time, ready to go, just in case. And then I think there's 16 on stage. So there's 4 of us, there's 3 girls, and then a handful of guys that fill in all the other people that they meet along the way.
It's a big show, but that's not a big cast.
Very
so
small.
for you to get this role was a huge deal.
It was a huge deal, especially because this was really, a lot of these people had either been on Broadway before that I performed with, or they had been in national tours, and they had done big shows. The biggest show that I'd ever done was in San Francisco, just a production in San Francisco, regional theater. And then I went from that to one of the leads in Jersey Boys, and
wow,
it was definitely a ride.
That is amazing.
Amazing ride.
We've got a live chat question. Who do we have, Scott, and what do they want to know? They want to ask Jeff a question.
Yeah, Jeff kind of touched on it. Tracy wants to know, are you from Vegas, or did you come here for the show?
I grew up in Santa Monica, California, where every good Jersey boy should come from.
It's exactly like Jersey.
I've lived all over, but no, I never lived in Las Vegas until I actually arrived here for the show in March of 2008.
So you said you only did some regional theater, but you've been playing music, though, since you're a really young guy, right?
Absolutely. I started playing guitar, actually, and piano when I was about 6 or 7. And I played guitar for a while, and then I eventually picked up another instrument. I picked up the flute, and then realized it was just not a good way to get girls, so I tried something else.
The flute player doesn't get all the chicks.
Amazingly, I found out after 17 years the oboe doesn't work either.
How many years did you play?
17 years I played the oboe. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go. My dream was to go to Juilliard, become a musician in some symphony in New York. And so I got a degree in zoology instead.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Let's not go there yet, because we have another live chat. You are hot. You are popular.
All right. 2 questions.
Have you got a question for our Jersey boy, Jeff Leibow?
When you first learned about or coming to Vegas, were you nervous about just the Vegas vibe?
Actually, I kind of was. When I first came to Vegas, I think what a lot of people think is that Vegas is the Strip. And then it didn't take very long, fortunately, to learn that Vegas is so much more than that.
Oh yeah, it's a community.
Go over, the community away from the Strip is incredible. But I mean, just what you can do here. You know, 15 minutes to Red Rock National Park, and you could go up to Mount Charleston. Even when it's 110 degrees and it could be 70 up there, you can kayak down the Colorado River. You can go to Lake Mead.
You can ski.
You can ski. You can do
snow ski,
so
water
many
ski.
things. Absolutely. I had no idea when I first got here that there was so much to do.
You can even go to church here.
You can.
Seriously,
or
I don't
temple.
know if you know that.
You can go to temple if you
You
like.
could go to temple if you want to go to temple. I mean, it's really kind of normal, but it's not really normal. But
No.
I mean, people really don't know that. They always say,
don't.
"Where do you live?
I
You
know.
live in one of them there casinos?" I don't know anyone who talks like that.
No, I don't.
I don't know why I did. We don't have another live question because I have a live question right here.
Fair enough.
You touched on it. So you played
I'm
all
sorry. Was it inappropriate? Did I say something inappropriate? I apologize.
the radio that touched me. Nobody said. You mentioned that all these instruments you played, but somehow you ended up as a zoology major. First part of that question, what is a zoology major? I didn't look it up on purpose.
There's two answers to that. One is what it actually is, and one is why I was a zoology major, which is essentially that I just needed to do something.
You had to make a decision.
Had to make a
parents
decision.
are like, now we got the money right here, you got to sign, make a choice.
I ended up at UC Davis because when I told my dad what I wanted to do, he said, "That's nice. Now I'm going to tell you what you have your option of doing, because this is what I'm going to pay for."
Oh. So you had choices, A, B, C, D?
No, I really didn't, actually. I suppose I could have been a doctor, or I could have gone into science, or I could have done something. Actually, I could have done anything other than music, I think, is what he was telling me.
Exactly. So you did. You tell him, I got the bug, man. I want to be in show business.
You know what? I didn't even know I could sing when I knew I played instruments.
Wait,
but
I know. You know, you're trying to get out of telling us what a zoologist
Zoology.
major does, and
Okay.
I'm not having it. I've got to know. I won't sleep, even with the Ambien, drug riddled.
You all right?
All
right.
I'm ready.
Zoology major. Zoology majors do a lot of things. What I wanted to do, the reason why I became a zoology major, is because I had a dream of being a marine mammal veterinarian. Apparently, that's the Ambien that I took earlier. But yeah, I wanted to
Say that one more time.
A marine mammal veterinarian.
This is so weird. That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Really?
No, not you. No.
So I thought, okay, I'm going to get a degree in zoology because that's what people who like animals study,
Right.
I guess. And then I was going to go to the vet school at UC Davis and get a graduate degree in marine biology. And then I was going to go take care of dolphins and seals and whales out in the ocean.
And then what happened?
And then I auditioned for my first show when I was a junior in college.
Oh, did Dad know you were going on the audition?
No.
If you had told him, he would have stopped you.
He probably would have stopped me.
So you go on this audition, and you don't know you can sing. Is this where we're going to sing for the first time?
Not really, no. I actually, when I decided
Can you make
to
it that way? No.
I know a few people that have. No, the first time I decided I was going to try to sing, I went out for the choir and got in. And so, okay, I thought I can sing with 50 other people. That's not a problem. But as I started taking lessons, I learned, okay, I can sing. And then a friend of mine literally came over and dared me to go audition for a production of a chorus line. Keep in mind, I'd never danced a lick in my life.
Wow.
And I got in and she didn't.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Not friends anymore, are you?
Yeah, we are. It took about 10 years for us to recover our friendship. No, I'm kidding.
So after that, you just
I got the bug, and I started doing
bug.
it. And about 2 years later, I was doing my first professional show at Music Circus in Sacramento, and working with people that had been on Broadway.
You've done a lot of shows. We have another live chat question. Who is it? What would you like
Jeff,
to know?
Do you perform outside of the Jersey Boys show?
I do on occasion. This year I've been trying to branch out so I can sort of introduce myself to the music people out in Los Angeles and otherwise. And I performed with Dave Koz at a gala in Los Angeles back in May, and I also performed at a big charity event at the Beverly Hills Hotel back at the very beginning of the year. And I'm trying to do a little bit more than that, but I'm also writing a song right now with a producer in LA, and we're going to go into the studio hopefully sometime in the next month. And
I know songwriting is something you just started too, but I don't want to run out of time before we...
Fair enough.
I mean, we'll go back to that in a second, but you have a major event happening. I know you've done a lot of charity work, you mentioned, but this one really hits home. Tell us about the 21st of this month. You have your second annual
NF Hope concert.
NF Hope.
NF Hope. NF is the important word there. Or actually acronym. It stands for neurofibromatosis. Now you understand why they say NF.
But yeah, and that is also why I had you say.
I like that, the way you even actually directed it right at me.
Absolutely. That's not easy. And it's a very serious.
It is. It's a neurological disorder. It's actually one of the most common neurological disorders, but nobody really knows what it is. We didn't until, unfortunately, our daughter was diagnosed with it at 9 months old. Really briefly and basically, she was born with a mutation on a gene that normally stops tumors from growing. And so without that ability, her body, these tumors called neurofibromas, can grow on any nerve in her body at any time. There's no way to know how, when, why. They just grow. I was talking to your musical director, Keith Thompson, about you yesterday, and he said that this, which I had never heard of, was quite common. So relatively,
we just don't really know a lot about it.
Yeah, it's, they've been studying it a lot for the last maybe 15, 16 years or so. And they've learned a lot about it, but there's still no cure, there's still no treatment. Essentially, all they can do is wait until a symptom comes up, and then they treat the symptom. But some of the symptoms can be severe, and in some cases, many of these symptoms, there are no treatments. So you're basically trying to help bring more attention to this, and not only for your daughter, but for all the people who have to deal with this. Absolutely.
And you're having a big concert, and all your pals, all your friends are coming to help you out. And this is going to be one heck of a show. It is. We've got an amazing lineup. We got, I don't know if you all remember that band from the 90s, All For One. We've got one of the lead singers from All For One coming in, and he's going to be singing with Jeff Timmons from 98 Degrees. So that's going to be great. How about the Jersey Boys? Are they? We are not. The cast of Jersey Boys will be performing in it, but the stars, the 4 of us, or actually 5, since there's 2 Frankies. We're actually going to be the hosts of the afternoon, as well as doing a couple of numbers ourselves. We've got the amazing Clint Holmes. Clint Holmes is in the house today. We've got Chris Phillips, Gordie Brown, an amazing group of people. And as a matter of fact, while we're talking about it, I was hoping that you might actually do it. And now that we're live, I was actually going to pressure you into it. I don't know what to say. Well, the answer is yes. And since you put me on the spot, I'd like to put my husband Clint on the spot. Hey, Clint. Yeah. Can I do a duet with you? Sure. Boy, that was a long pause, wasn't it? No, we talked about it a while back, and yes, of course, anything you need, anything you want. So we've pretty much told them who's on the show. Yeah. Where is the show? All right, so here's the deal. It is Sunday, October 21st at 1 p.m. It's over at Harrah's in their main showroom. And tickets can be purchased on Ticketmaster, or you can go call up the box office at 702-369-5111. How's that? Say it again. That was good. 702-369-5111. That's the Harrah's box office. Wow, this is good. You're good at this stuff. I know. I think this is only the 50th time I've done it. Well, I wish you much success on that evening. I know people are talking about it. It's on Facebook, right? Facebook, Twitter. I've got everybody talking about it. So everybody's going, but we'll spread the word and spread the word. So before I really want you to sing a song, but I do want to mention a couple of the shows that you have done. You've done Smokey Joe's Cafe, and you've done, you mentioned a chorus line. Give me a couple of the other shows you've starred in. Oh, my gosh. The first really big role I had was Radamés and Aida. Wow. One of my favorite roles was the lead role in a 2-person show called The Last 5 Years. That was great. And then some of the bigger shows I've done, I did I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change in San Francisco. It was actually the New York production company came out to San Francisco and put a sit-down company, and that was an amazing experience. And then, of course, Jersey Boys. And we were talking about the audition process and how nerve-wracking that is. What does it feel like when first of all, they've said yes, and you've gotten the role so many times. What does it feel like when they say no? I happen to know what it feels like, but go on.
You know what? I got lucky when I started.
Are you going to tell me you got every single role you ever went out
I
for?
got most of them, but
Here, can we do a two-shot?
No, but if you want, you can borrow some of this.
Yeah, really, seriously, I'm having a
Just
drink.
careful. It's actually really good for washing out Ambien.
Well, welcome back to rehab.
No, but it's always tough when you hear the no.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess I auditioned for the Jersey Boys movie that's going to be coming out next year, and that was the first really big no that I got.
Oh, you got to know, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, there's just millions of actors out there, so that's some good advice
Right.
to tell an up and coming entertainer.
Absolutely.
Is that's a part of it, right?
It is, and the sooner that you get better at leaving the room of an audition and walking on to your next project and forgetting about what you've done.
Shake it up.
Even if you're just pretending.
Yeah, they always say you're too thin-skinned for this. No, you do have to have a thick skin, but you still have to remain humble and just kind of roll with it. What are you singing for us today?
I think I'm going to sing a little Over the Rainbow.
Okay, now you just said something about your beautiful daughter's name is Emma, and
Emma,
your wife
My wife
is
is
a
Melody.
singer too, right?
Yes, and her name is Melody, appropriately.
Oh, did you pick her because of that? Tell us the truth. No, it just happened. Aha. See? Behind the scenes with Jeff Leibow from Jersey Boys. So this song is special for many reasons. Your daughter loves this. Okay. So this is
I'm singing it in a chair with my legs crossed. Let's see how it goes.
We're here for you.
All right. When all the world is a whole... I'm not going to do the intro. We decided against that, so let's
Oh, did
keep
we?
going.
Okay.
All right.
Do we have more drinks, please?
Yes,
Go on.
please.
Okay, do over.
We're going for the short version.
Talktails, do over.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. The sky, bluebirds fly, something like that.
Make it up, man. Go with it.
Birds
Jeff Leibow, keep singing. Thank you so much for being our guest on Talktails. The NF Hope Concert in Harris on the 21st.
Little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow without their ambient.
Yeah.
Why, oh, why can't